Now picture this. You are balls deep in the decade known as the 80s, and you ask yourself, what's the best direction to take a serious horror franchise for the third entry? If you said, into the third dimension, mother, I'd say, settle down, dude. And also, hell yeah, into the third dimension, mother, 3D clothesline, bitch. So now Friday the 13th Part 2 had a decent protagonist in Paul and the best final girl ever with Ginny. That's why it's so heartbreaking that we're stuck with some pretty generic characters in this one. We follow Chris Higgins and her friends as they travel to Higgins Haven, which is her childhood home on Crystal Lake. Her friends include Debbie, who's pregnant, and her boyfriend Andy. So since Debbie's pregnant, she's guaranteed to survive, right? They have two rough-looking stoners. I don't have their names in front of me, so we will just call them Moonbeam and Cheese. There's also Vera and the blind date that her friends tried to set her up on, Shelly. I'm going to say that her friends probably don't know her very well. Oh yeah, and since it's a Friday the 13th movie, there has to be the hilarious comic relief. And we get Shelly for that one. So what wisecrack you got for us today, Shelly?
Just relax. Be yourself.
Would you be yourself if you look like this?
Ah, haha. That's actually kind of sad.
Oh, they said they were going skinny dipping, and I'm not skinny enough.
Jesus, Shelly, it's going to be real hard to have feelings of contempt for you as the comic relief if you're just going to be so down on yourself all the time. Come on, man. Pull it together. They arrive at the cabin and find that Chris's boyfriend Rick is already there, and let me check my notes. Yep, Rick is 47 years old. But Jason decides to waste zero time and promptly murders Shelly. Poor guy. He never even had a chance to get over his body issues. Just when I was starting to feel sorry for...
You creep. Oh my... Get up.
I guess I fooled you, huh?
You stupid piece of Okay, well, making fun of the way Shelly runs is fair game after faking his own murder. So Shelly and Vera go to the store for supplies and they run into what the 1980s thought gang members were like. I love how all 80s gang members look like you could probably take them pretty easily. I mean, even Shelly isn't too afraid of them to knock over their damn bikes. So the biker gang finds Higgins Haven and terrorizes the group the way all gangs do, with extreme prejudice. That'll show them. Okay, Fox, is it? Let's try to act menacing. You are way too into this barn. So they decide to douse the barn in gasoline and burn it, but no! Jason lives here, and he will defend his castle with all of his might. And since Jason has technically been squatting there for more than 10 weeks, he has squatter's rights. Now in this state, under squatter's rights, the castle doctrine still applies. Jason is merely defending his home here. So Shelly tells Vera that he likes her and she completely blows him off. But don't worry, Shelly, I'm sure it's only because of literally everything about you. You know, maybe it's just because she saw you run. I'm not saying Vera is shallow, but that is a rough image to see past. Chris then tells the story of an encounter she had with Jason when she had a fight with her parents.
When you dropped me off that night, it was very late. We had such a good time.
At that AARP convention.
We had such a good time.
At your 25th high school reunion.
We had such a good time.
Riding the motorized scooters at Walmart until they kicked us out. And then watching them apologize when they found out you actually needed the scooter because you just had your hip replacement surgery. 'Cause he's old.
And standing there was this hideous-looking man.
Excuse me, ma'am, you have a scorpion on your shoulder. Ow! You're kicking Jason. Careful! The scorpion! You're angering it! Jason trying to help you, but feel like when you tell this story later, Jason gonna come across like a jerk.
And Shelly pulls a hilarious prank, and I'm pretty sure this is the one that will make Vera want to show her boobs.
That'll teach you a valuable lesson. A beautiful girl like you should never go out in the dark alone.
I don't think the woman has to change, Shelly. Just you.
Why do you do these stupid things?
Just want you to like me.
I do like you, but not when you act like a jerk.
Being a jerk is better than being a nothing.
You know, and this is Shelly in a nutshell.
So the immediate high of a well-executed prank is followed swiftly by crippling self-loathing, and this cycle will repeat over and over again until Shelly pranks a mob boss's son and gets stuffed in an oil drum or something.
Okay, Jason. Do what Shelly did and surely Lady will touch Jason's ding-dong.
Oh no, bud. You just shot her in the eye with a harpoon. That's not cool, bud. Yeah, you can't be with her now. She's dead. You killed her, bud. It's okay, you're learning.
Well, at least you got the outside lights working. Nice makeup job.
You know, I guarantee the irony of the situation is not lost on Shelly at this point.
What's going on here?
No, you tell me they're your friends.
Easy now, Dad. So it's at this point where people start to notice that all their friends are missing, so Rick goes to investigate.
Everything all right?
Shh, be quiet, Rick. We're gonna jump out and scare Chris. Why are you licking Jason's hand? It's making Jason very uncomfortable. Okay, she's gonna love this. We're gonna do the thing where it looks like Jason is picking you up by your head, but you're really just holding on to my arm. Oh no! Jason, squeeze too hard. Jason, do it again. Oh, hey, Chris. Jason just in the neighborhood and heard a commotion. Oh, heavens, what happened to Rick?
And since there's apparently no back door to this place, Chris runs upstairs and then has to jump out the window.
Careful, Chris. Jason got you. Oh no, you're slipping. Jason can't lose another friend. Oh, hamburgers.
And then the typical game of cat and mouse commences with the usually stealthy and practically omniscient Jason replaced with a rampaging rage monster. I love how mad he gets when he hasn't killed anyone in like 5 minutes.
Oh, howdy, Chris. Everything okay? Jason heard a panicked scream. Oh, fiddlesticks.
And for some reason, she's the second person to think that it's a good idea to just get in a boat and just sleep in the middle of the lake. Go for help, you absolute weirdo. Then she comes to it. Oh my god, Jason is still alive.
Oh, Chris, do you have any Neosporin or anything? Jason doesn't want this wound to get infected. Oh, that's okay. Jason will keep looking, I guess.
So this part is a dream, but does Chris know what Pamela Voorhees was wearing when she died? Or does she even know anything about Pamela Voorhees at all? As far as I can tell, she doesn't even know that Jason is Jason. She just refers to him as like a hideously deformed man. Rude, by the way. And finally, the cops show up. Alright, you're under arrest for the murder of Jason Voorhees. He was working undercover to bust up gang activity, and he was only 3 days from retirement. I hope they put you away for a long time.